How many of you have had something like this happen? You start comboing, but before you know it the opponent's been blocking whatever you were doing, but you're too far in, so you either just stop there or you finish the combo anyway, but you get comboed back and you lose a ton of life for the attack that you felt certain was going to connect. There's actually an art to this. It's a mix of two things, buffering and hit confirming. Buffering is the name of a few techniques, but technically it's what you're already doing that's causing this problem. All fighting games have what's called an input buffer. It's very hard to input things frame perfectly one move after another. How big this buffer is depends on the game, but it's the number of frames where if you input a move early, it comes out as soon as your current move is finished. So you just mash out a combo, and even before your character is done on screen, the moves still wind up happening. Hit confirming is looking on screen to see if your moves connect, and using that to decide if you continue your combo or not. That may sound simple, but there's a few caveats that make it a bit of a pain. I've been nailing this into your head almost every video, but moves start being reactable at around 17 frames. And almost all moves in fighting games have around 5 frames of hit stun or block stun. I'm sure you see the problem right off the bat. With a lot of focus, and by a lot I mean almost all of your focus, it's possible to hit confirm things that are as few as 5 frames. But a large part of hit confirming is not just your first move, but your first and second move together. Sometimes even more moves than that. In almost all fighting games, jab links into itself for this reason. A short optimal combo for Giovanna, like punch, punch, 214S, is much easier to react to and confirm than just punch, 214S. Obviously if you do this incorrectly you get punished, but that's using your fastest attacks. It's actually pretty common that your most optimal combos from your light attacks are super risky, but these confirms also have very tight timing. Much easier are medium attack confirms. Medium attacks having higher block stun makes this much easier timing to perceive, on block or on hit. Plus, your medium strength attacks generally constitute your pokes, which are attacks that you use in neutral to cover space and look for hit confirms. Of course, for some characters, this is your heavy attacks or your command normals, but basically, this is a type of focus you're going to need to practice and learn to swap into at any point during a match. Let's take a slightly weird character this time, like E Honda. Optimal meterless damage from his medium kick goes like this. Medium kick, then his light punch medium punch target combo, and then you just continue to combo from there. But the target combo is unsafe, while the light punch is safe. You have to learn to use these moves only if the medium kick connects. Normally I train this by doing 10 drills until I land the combo I want 10 times without accidentally doing the medium punch follow up when blocked. So I just reset the counter anytime I fail, and try to succeed 10 times in a row. This is generally a good way to practice any skill in the lab. It sets a hard limit on how long you're just practicing and not playing. It's easy to forget these skills mid-match and wind up forgetting or just not using the muscle memory you built up, and also it will help you tighten up your combos since if you miss timing you'll get punished in the lab for doing this too. So while labbing and practicing is important, you need to learn to selectively focus on actually hit confirming in real games for it to be worthwhile. So point being, you're going to need both kinds of experience for learning hit confirming to actually be useful and put into practice mid-game. But talking about practicing hit confirming allows me to talk about the other kind of buffering I half mentioned earlier, input or charge buffering. Basically you make sure that the game has the motion input that you need for a special move already input before you hit confirm with the actual button. For Honda you can do crouching medium kick, standing light kick into medium headbutt, and that's why we picked Honda for this demonstration. You can hold back for the headbutt during the combo and you only need to flick forward and medium punch if you actually hit the opponent. Same goes for quarter circles or any other input as any other character in any other game. In fact, it's core behind what actually happened in the classic Evil Moment 37. Of course the parry that Daigo did is incredibly hard and impressive, but since Justin just used his super without hit confirming, it allowed Daigo to parry out in the open and receive a very large punish for it. You can see why hit confirming is so important and has such a huge emphasis across top level players in recent years. It's since become standard for Chun-Li to actually just hit crouching medium kick before using her super to confirm that it hits, rather than to just try pressure with it on block or in neutral. Now don't get me wrong, this skill is really hard, in fact it's one of the hardest things you'll do regularly when playing fighting games. But if you just start with learning a few hit confirms to make the opponent fear certain buttons, and like I mentioned in the pressure video, your opponent just starts being scared of being hit by that button and it artificially limits their own options. So now that you know about hit confirming, I hope you start using it in real matches, and you don't just throw out supers and special moves in neutral and lose tournaments. But if you learned anything in this video, please leave a like, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell. If you have any suggestions for future content or questions about any fighting game, just leave it in the comment section down below and I'll try my best to help. And until next video, stay safe.